Well, hello there, friends. Welcome on in. My oh my. It feels like just yesterday we were talking about opening day in the Prospect League, and all of a sudden, here we are, the final 9 games of the regular season portion to decide the seedings for a special stream tomorrow. Since we don't usually stream, usually we basically flip flopped it instead of the majors draft tomorrow and Prospect League playoffs on Friday night, we flip flopped it. So we'll be doing Prospect League playoffs. I will be in the booth with y'all tomorrow afternoon. Um, I don't know if we've ever done a Prospect League stream during the day either. So we'll be doing it tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. But before I get ahead of myself, um, because I know I may be alone with that stream tomorrow. I'm not alone tonight. And we also got the brand new nameplate out there. Now we just need the index to be updated for the main file so you can so you can have your render in an actual Toro's uniform. But for now, we at least got double Toro logo on the screen. My good friend, my co-pilot tonight, and my teammate Chadwick, how's it going tonight?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Yeah, got that nameplate put together. Um, right now, yeah, waiting for the index to get updated, as I have not been rendered in a Toro's uniform yet. So we'll look forward to that in the coming days. And then I didn't look this up, but in the template, you actually have two choices on the colors, and I
Oh,
thought yours was
yes.
blue over pink. So I went pink over blue because I wanted them to be different, but I chose wrong. So we're both sporting the pink over blue. So maybe I'll switch mine to blue over pink. So at least it'll be a little different.
For the wonderful people who are watching right now, you get a little bit behind the scenes, little hints of how our wonderful graphics team, they take good care of us. Or if you're like Chadwick and you know how to do certain because Chadwick's really good at graphics too. So, um, that's how he's a. I'm terrible at graphics. Um, Microsoft Paint is hard. But there's actually two. So I have there are two versions. I actually have both.
Okay.
I didn't know that's what you were going for. I could have flipped it. I have my other version, the blue over the pink. Um, but yeah, shout out to not only Chadwick, even though he's not technically on the graphics team, he should be, but yeah, shout out to all those guys. We'll be giving them shout outs as well here in the next couple days too when we get into our draft streams and our award streams. Um, but I figured before we introduce our 4 new players, because we were kind of alluding to it, or I was kind of alluding to it, the standings, and I have it in the pennant chase view, which may be a little bit hard to look at. Let me actually flip it to that, probably make it a little bit bigger. Um, it I, this is the third season that I've been involved with Prospect League. Um, as far as streaming and things of that nature. And this is the closest it's been with 9 to go. Like, literally, anybody could get the number 1 seed at this point. First to last is 4 games. Second to fourth, or in other words, second to last, is only separated by 2 games. So, a lot can happen. Um, but just to give you all a heads up on, 'cause we have 3 games that we're definitely gonna watch on stream. The last 2 days of the regular season, we're leaving it TBD because we're gonna look at the standings at that point, and if there's any game with implications, that's basically how we're gonna pick watching the last 2 games or last 2 days of the, regular season. However, I don't know if it's been a minute since we've, ran into this. We're actually going right into a stream game, right off the bat. Go ahead and finish the day that we left. Oh, actually, no. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I said I was going to do it, but see, this is what I do when I do things
Yeah, we got,
out
what
of
do you say,
routine. I'm out of
four new
routine. I'm
players?
sorry. We got 4 new people to welcome in. We got 4 new people to welcome in. I'm already on the east. We have one on the east. in center field, and some of these names, if I mispronounce it, please correct me. It's a pet peeve of mine. Um, but center field for the East Mounties is Tyler Deathridge, user Deathridge T. Um, but playing center field, pretty balanced build, if I say so myself. But playing in center field, one of four new players, the only one on the East, as far as new players are concerned. We head to the North. North, I believe, have two, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So North have two. On the field, playing second base, Matt Phillips, user Matty P. Dude can run. He could run and he could steal. I want to say one of the fastest runners in the prospect league. Um, but I may be wrong on that. But definitely above average for sure. Um, but playing second base for the North Robots. North also have a pitcher. We have two of the four players are pitchers, and one of them is on the North. Shout out to Dag. Relief pitcher Toby Ziegler. Um, relief pitcher for the North. Um, definitely throws hard. 95 to 97. Fastball cutter and a splitter.
Yeah, and before you move on,
Yep.
I will
Sorry.
say Matt Phillips is an interesting name because there is a Matt Phillips who plays professional soccer in Europe, and there's an NHL player named Matt Phillips. So
Ah.
it's a common name. So welcome to digital baseball, Matt Phillips.
And I believe our final player is on the South. Yes. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce this. I was staring at it. I was like, I think I know how I'm going to say it. Um, but Sasha Sinatata. That's what I'm going to go with. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I hate racing is the user. Also, technically a flame throwing relief pitcher. Cutter, slider, changeup, and a righty. I forgot to mention. I think Ziegler is a lefty, if I remember. Um, Also, please correct me if I'm wrong, Dag. I see you in chat. If I remember right, Ziegler is a lefty. I forgot to point that out when I was last there. Um, but I now we got everybody. Everybody has I believe everybody has a relief pitcher now. Everybody definitely has at least one starting pitcher. In fact, we got a pretty. I'm pretty proud of what we got for the final 9 games of the season. Um, now I'm not ahead of myself.
Okay.
I very nearly did get. Well, I guess I did get ahead of myself.
I've got a note from the chat. Moose Coop, who seems to be the owner of Ichabod Cranepool, says that his pitcher should be a lefty.
I could do that. I
He's
could
in
do
the
that.
South.
South. Thank you.
Yeah, we can do some live editing for you, buddy. Get you squared away.
With the magic of live TV, because I'm not gonna lie, it's something I can totally see myself missing. So I apologize.
Here we go.
Thanks for keeping me honest.
Do you want to bat left too? I don't know. Does he really care? There's a DH, right? So pitchers don't bat in our league.
I mean, we sometimes vote for Gold Glove DH. So I mean, now if we could just find a way for pitchers to hit, I would my next career would be Bartolo Colon all day every day. I would do it. Um,
Oh, now we have the other guy saying Ziegler's a lefty. I think you asked him, right?
yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay,
so yeah, Ziegler is a
we're
lefty.
good there.
Okay, good. In fact, just because I'm gonna double check myself. Yes,
Yeah,
lefty. Okay, good. Haha.
cool. Yeah, and then I like the new
Video.
player of um
Here.
the last player you showed up. I think that's a sweet name, but we'll get to him when we get there.
Well, we do have
We'll see him.
time. Let me get a prediction going. Let's get a prediction going. We're gonna start simple.
Yeah, North
See
versus East here.
see see who came to gamble some points. Who wins? Keep it simple.
Yeah, I don't have much to gamble anymore because I cashed in most of my points.
See, so here's the perks of me having to do the prediction, even though I can't predict and I want to, gamble some points. I'm probably going to hit 10,000 naturally by the end of the stream.
There we go.
So, so as much as I want to do the next prediction, if it goes extras, the odds of that happening are pretty low. Um,
Yeah, it's not a good bet.
yeah,
I
like
agree.
it's probably, I mean, that's one of those, like, if it does go extras, there's probably gonna be like one or two people winning kind of a thing. Um, but
I've got
keep
one for the
keep
next
keep the
one.
suggestions coming though.
Yeah.
And it helps our mod team too because they have like a cheat sheet for these things to kind of help them out, especially considering mods like Twitch mods is usually one of those jobs where it's very good for a new player, which is what we have a lot of here in the prospect league. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So something good to keep in mind. But yeah,
There we go.
keep the suggestions coming. I mean, if definitely, if there's a good one, we'll throw it up there. Um, but the current one we got going on is who wins. I see somebody gambled a little
There's
bit.
somebody betting. So why we let this
Yeah.
prediction breathe so people can get in. And I remember I asked this the last time that we were in the playoff mode in last season's prospect league, and I've already forgotten. Let's explain to everybody what is the format for the playoffs in the prospect league.
Oh, I know you're gonna throw. I know you're gonna throw me off like that. It's been a minute for me too, and I have after work brain. Okay, so I could be wrong. If I remember correctly, it is best of three round one, or like best of three for the semis, and then I think it's a best of five for the finals. I think it's best of three then best of five. It could be best of five then best of seven. I do not
Okay,
remember
gotcha.
off the top of my head. It's one of those two. Um, that's also why tomorrow's stream, that's why we're doing it at a 1 p.m. Eastern start, because since it is a playoff situation and we're watching, basically we're going to be watching all elimination games. And depending on how these series play out, we could be in for more than 5 games. I believe last season's Prospect League playoffs went quite long. I think that was like a 3.5 hour stream if I remember correctly. So
Holy moly,
um
yeah.
yeah, it was Enoch and Teton in the booth for that one. It was way too late for me. I had to work the next morning, so that's why I couldn't make it. But I watched most of it. Then I was like, I have to go to bed. But nobody's feeling the
No,
East.
they're doing 500. I mean, I'm gonna value bet this. No one else is gonna bet, right? Let's value bet this.
That tells me Fetty's not watching the stream yet. If
Let's
there's a
value bet
value
this.
bet,
I'll go in low, right?
um,
There we go.
oh, somebody.
That's me.
I thought you said value bet. What is this? 200 and some odd points.
Well, yeah. Why should I chuck in big if
So
it's
oh,
hot,
actually, somebody was
right?
value betting, and then you value.
And then well, that's true. And then I completely
Ah,
crushed them.
give y'all 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We will get
Come
into
on,
this.
people, get in. They're just make believe points.
We will have time to chat.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we could talk about, right? With it being Thanksgiving, we could talk about food again. That was a big theme last stream.
See,
You and I on Monday. People
that
love
was
that.
because I made the mistake of not eating before the stream, and I was
Yeah,
hungry,
yeah.
and you all decided we're going to talk about food.
And then we
Um,
got hot stove baseballs cranked up already. I mean, even for Thanksgiving week, there's been a lot of news. Even today, trades and signings. It's crazy.
all right, I think we're good on this prediction. Let's get on into it. We will do some play by play tonight. I think we're gonna save it for the final 2 games of the season, though.
Yeah, I like
Think
that
we
idea.
get some action near the end of the season. Obviously, if something interesting happens on the screen, we're gonna be paying attention to what's happening in front of us as well. But let's get the game started. North versus the East. Um, yeah. So I mean, we're gonna do a little bit of hybrid. I mean, we're just gonna chat during this game, but if any, I guess we'll make it like a wide ranging ask the booth like we did last time. So I mean, if chat has any questions they want to throw in there as
Yeah.
well, um, go ahead, give us a shout. Um, but yeah, so I know you mentioned hot stove baseball, as
Ooh,
that
and
is
here we go.
gone.
We got some action already. Brushed. Ty France Jr.
See, I called it. I called it. See, I am now Nostradamus.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That well, I mean, the 9 hole and the 2 hole. I mean, you know, who's
I
counting?
think, yeah, I mean, being the nine hitter is actually, right, in this new age of analytics. People are actually putting good hitters in the nine hole.
Man, I
I
remember
do when I play.
I
I put a
remember
good hitter
when
down there.
it was the Rays who did that. I believe it was I don't remember if it was I think it was Joe Madden who tried that first as
Sure.
far
And
as flipping
yeah,
having the pitcher bat eighth and
and it's
doing
all
doing like a
analytics.
secondary leadoff.
Yeah, so and I forget. I'll have to find the article. I think I mentioned it before on a stream, not with you, but with somebody else. But um, yeah, I mean, they do the stats, and actually, the ninth hole actually comes up to base with more people on base than the eight hole. And there's all kinds of these crazy numbers, right, that they run that show like the value of the position, and actually nine is more valuable than eight. And oh my goodness,
Gone.
we have a pair of two-run homers for the North. They're
By
on
the
pace
way,
to score 18.
just want to point out because I pointed out Matt Phillips and you pointed him out for his name. I pointed him out
Matty,
for his speed. Already
yeah,
getting a stolen base and then
Matty
scoring the run on
Phillips.
that home run. Oh, is it going to be back to back? Not quite. Not quite. A lot of people hitting the ball hard for the North, starting off as McDaniel's going to loop one in there. You said you were looking something up. What did you say you were looking up
No,
again?
there's an article. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe I will. It was a well, I can't remember. It was a few years ago where they did the math and they showed like the mathematic value of every position in the lineup, and it proved out that over time that having your worst hitter in the eight hole is the best. But again, it's a fine line, right? I think they said that like over 162 games, you might score like three or four more runs a season by flipping them. So it was a really fine margin, but right, but three or four runs over 162 games, we've seen that could have an impact.
That kind of reminds me of how the old school line of thought was put your best hitter in the four spot. That's why they call it the cleanup hitter.
Sure.
But nowadays, including OTP, as Phillips is off to a great start in prospect league. That's a gapper now.
My goodness,
Two
a
for
double,
two.
a stolen base,
But nowadays it's you put your best hitter in the three spot.
or even two sometimes.
Now I've
Yeah,
not heard
one,
of
two, three, right? Because usually you want your best hitters to be hitting the most often, so you'll see that a lot in the
which is
modern strategy.
that's a gapper by McFish to the corner. I shouldn't say gapper, but to the corner. Um, but what you call it? Lost my train of thought actually.
Oh, we're tagging from
Oh,
second to third, and he made it. That's crazy. That's insane.
and it's gonna score a run. It's gonna result in a run.
He did. That's some small ball right there. All right.
You know,
Sorry, you were trying
you,
to get into the depths of your
I
brain to think of something.
you know, I'm not even gonna try gears may grind before the end of the stream, so I want to do that to people. However, um, you mentioned hot stove. I got something better. I got something better.
Okay.
I'm gonna put both of us on the hot seat,
All right.
and because I have one, I don't know if you will have one. Um, a hot take, a baseball related hot take. I can go first, or I don't know if you have
Oh man,
one.
I'd have to think about that. I mean, I have a lot of opinions. My brain's kind of been turned off.
I'll go first, and this
But
is
you
a
can go first.
mine's a
Yeah.
combo. Mine's a combo. Not only in Major League. Oh wow, what a grab! What a grab by Zelensky on the hot shot. Um, my hot take is not only Major League Baseball related, but my hot take's kind of PBE related too.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I got 3 letters. BBB. Bring bunting back. We need more
Ooh.
bunts. We need more
Oh
bunts.
no.
I do not like the death of the bunt.
Oh geez.
Now,
Well, that is a
not only do I want, and I kind of alluded to this in the last stream too, when I was talking about me recreating a player. I forgot who it was in chat that was that I was talking to about it, but man, if we just find a way to make it to where we can, because my next recreate, man, I would totally make a player where like put him lead off, just let him drag bunt the whole time. Just just bunt put bunt for hit all the way up there. That is on.
Oh, and here we
Tyler
go.
Deathridge.
Debut.
First hit and first home run of of Prospect League, and you get to see it on
Oh
stream, and it's only a 1-run game now.
man, that is pretty good.
We
Now we don't
covered
keep track of that in the PBE, right? But it's always amazing to see the list, which is rather big now, of guys who've homered in their first at bats in the big leagues.
I will and I'm not a Red Sox fan, even though I'm going to try not to deviate from my hot take because I do believe we need to bring bunting back. Um,
That is a wild take, I would
um,
have to say.
hey man, the Royals won 2 games off the bunt. Man, that's two more games. And yes, it's the Royals, and yes, the Royals are not that good, at least the last few years. But
Not
still,
now. I mean, they
you
won that
won
World
two
Series.
games with the bunt though. The bunt, I mean, it should not be extinct. I feel like it's because everybody wants to just hit the ball long and far, and the whole man launch angle was one of those things that ruined a lot of players. I should know we have a player on the Phillies that we ruined because of that whole launch angle thing. Um, but I won't go too far into it because we got 3 some odd innings left in a close game, and I know Chadwick got a hot take. Surely you've thought of a hot take by now.
I do, but I mean, it's kind of weak
Oh,
because,
compared to me saying bring the bunt back.
yeah.
This
I
game is
mean, I
tied, by the way.
there we go. Yeah, 4-4.
Aria
Nice,
Harper with the sack fly, and this
nice way
game
to
is
start
tied
the
at
evening.
4.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of something current event.
I mean, I got a backup hot take.
I mean, for the most part, right? I'm down with most of what analytics do, and most of the teams are having analytics are the teams that win. Now I don't know about the Rangers, right? They have an old school manager, but I think their general manager Christian is a young guy, right? And he's pretty willing to heavy. So I think if you blend the two, I think that is the best. So maybe you have a heavy analytics front office, but then you go with a guy like Bruce Bochy, who's just a natural winner, wins everywhere he's been. I think what he's been at,
Oh,
right? He won. Oh my goodness, was that a catch? He did catch that left fielder.
Wellerman. Wellerman
Yeah,
with the web gem,
nice.
saving
Uh,
extra bases.
or the only thing I can think of off the top of my head, and mainly because I hate him as a manager because I think he's a weasel. And
Oh, bunt. Look at
there's
that.
your
He moved the
bunt.
runner
See,
over.
you wanted a
But
bunt. There's your
by the
bunt.
way, just to point out, new pitcher on the mound is Toby Ziegler.
There we go. Who is a left-hander? We made sure. Uh, Yeah, so my only
Ooh,
real hot take.
ooh,
Oh
this
my
game is
goodness.
not tied anymore
All
though.
right, we're gonna just watch
Congaroo.
this. 5-4, a comeback. Down 4-0. Now leading 5-4 the East.
Runner going and he's out.
Yeah, you got nailed.
So they kept it to just one run.
That was bad. Okay.
So
Now
so
I can get into it, hopefully, but maybe, I mean, the North may get very upset by this. They might just start raking again. No, they're going to ground out. All right. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head that would be like a hot take um, is I guess the big news or the big surprise of this offseason so far was Craig Counsell, right? Everybody thought he was destined to go to the Mets from the Brewers, but he went to the Cubs, which pretty much caught everybody off guard. And because again, I don't really like his attitude, I do not think he'll be successful for the Cubs because in Milwaukee, you're under the radar, right? Nobody expects Milwaukee to do anything. But now he's with the Cubs, who, even though they're like the lovable losers, it's still kind of it's a tough baseball market, I think, for managers. And so I do not think that Craig Counsell will be a successful Cubs manager.
so let me ask you this then. Are you are you saying he's gonna be worse than if they would just kept David Ross?
Will he be worse than Ross? Probably not. But I don't
Ty
think he's going to lead them to, like, even though the NL Central is
Tying run is on base, by the
pretty.
way. Oh, that's a base hit.
Oh yeah, they're
Tying
playing
runs in scoring position.
a really deep
Bradley
outfield there.
Wellerman at the plate. Is that going to be deep enough to advance the runner? No.
No, not for the
One
second.
out for Shrimp McDaniel. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Oh,
Eddie
well, here we
Catch
go.
on the mound trying to close it out. Scotty Sterling.
It's
Oh,
not
makes the
even a
catch. Oh, wow.
Who's
East
that?
pull off the comeback.
The
Five
bot
to
Mickey Mantle.
four is your final. Let's take a look at the box score. Shrimp McDaniel on the north side, 2 for 5. Matt Phillips, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Winton getting a base hit as well. Phillips got a double stolen base. Also, McDaniel getting a stolen base for the North. For the East, Cod Ruru, 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Arya Harper bringing in a run on a sac fly. Tyler Deathridge in their Prospect League debut, 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run and an additional run scored. I McFish 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. For the pitching, Mikey Weiser will take the win. Luther McIntosh the loss. Eddie Catch, fifth save of the Prospect League. Player of the game goes to Tyler Deathridge. So great
Wow.
game to start off the stream of the Prospect League, 5-4 in that one. For the South versus the West, looks like the South will get the win 8-2. For the
Yeah.
West, only 5 hits total for the team. Grand Slam Golf getting 1. Jose getting a base hit as well. Um, Taking a look at the South, Tiger Dawson 1 for 3 with a home run. Colton James 2 for 4, and yep, Colton James had a home run in this one as well, number 21 to extend the Prospect League record. And then Catch getting a run scored. Hector Roca 1 for 2 with a run scored, and Mark Southworth 2 for 3 with a ribby and a run scored. For the pitching, Scott Sterling will take the win. Jimmy G will be your losing pitcher. And Scott Sterling's your player of the game. And before I forget, let me go ahead and pay out that prediction real quick. Um,
Yes. Good job.
East
Last time you
do
were
get
missing
the
them.
win.
You're on the ball today.
And then we will get the next one going. Um, just to give time on
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Um,
the next prediction? I've got a prediction for you.
oh, go for it.
Let's do, and this might allow us to do two in one game, but I do some baseball betting. And my favorite, and it's a favorite of the sharp betters, they say, the guys who do it for a living. is your first five. Who wins after 5 innings? I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
we
in
do
the
something
database.
similar to that. Yeah, we do something
Yeah.
so usually they do who leads after the 4th inning.
Yeah, you can do four or
So,
five. Sure.
so we no, we can do the 5th though, but I mean but yeah, we definitely do, have a prediction like that. Yeah, we can definitely do that. In
That's a
fact,
good one.
that's
And
right.
then that allows us to have a secondary bet after that one
I have it right here in front of me on these sticky notes. Okay.
to keep people engaged and give you more opportunities to make some points, especially for these young guys who are going to want to need that money, right, to get some free TPE in the future.
Yes. So every 10,000 points it is a reward. It's like something that you pick in the Twitch. On the bottom with your channel points, 10,000 channel points will get you $1 million in PBE money. I did do that exclamation Twitch form thing a little while ago. You just have to do that form once. It just tells the Twitch mods that just connects your Twitch user handle to your PBE user handle. So then that way, when you redeem your 10,000 Twitch points, they'll know who to give the PBE money to. Um, we will have a game on 10/31. So we have a couple days of quick sims to go through. In the meantime, though, I do have that prediction out now.
There we go. You got it. And I just noticed that I forgot I won. I won in that last game.
Yeah, see there you go. See the power of the value. Go ahead and save. Let's advance the day. Did I already advance it? No, I did not advance the day. There we go. So got a couple days of quick sim. So let's go ahead and get on with it. North and the East. North will get the win 6-4. Trent McDaniel going 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Scotty Sterling 1 for 4 with a ribby and a walk. Matty Phillips 2 for 4 with a run scored. Winton getting a run scored. Bradley Wellerman 1 for 3 with a ribby, a run scored, and a walk. Phillips getting their second stolen base in as many games. For the East, Cod Ruru 3 for 5. Aria Harper 2 for 4 with an RBI. And I McFish 1 for 4 with a run scored. Dion Mitchell will get the win. Magnus Peters the loss. Johnny Whiplash the save. Jaden Zielinski will be your player of the game. Head on over to the West and the South. And it's going to be an 8-1 win for the West. Tedford Woofington Jr. With a walk. Grand Slam Dolph 3 for 5 with a run scored. Ted Johnless 2 walks. Zach Hartman 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. And then for the South, Leon Riston going 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Mark Southworth 1 for 4, and Hector Roca getting a walk and a run scored. For the pitching, Pee Wee Matthews get the win. Flan Reynolds the loss. Ash Ketchum is your player of the game. And then this should be the final game of this 3 game set. Yep, because we have a travel day and then it gets us to our stream game. So North and the East. East will get the win 7-3. Trent McDaniel 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Scotty Sterling also going 1 for 5. Matt Phillips 1 for 4 with a run scored and third consecutive game with a stolen base. That is now 3 stolen bases for Phillips. And then Winton 1 for 4. For the East, Codroo 1 for 5 with an RBI. Aria Harper 1 for 3, 2 ribbies, 2 runs scored, a walk and a double. I McFish getting a walk, and Dazen Gill 1 for 3 with 2 ribbies and a walk. For the pitching, Scotty Tipton, or no, Shaggy Tipton isn't it? Shaggy Tipton will get the win. Zia Shirazi, the loss. Shaggy Tipton, your player of the game. West, versus the South. South is going to get the win 5-1. Tedford Woofington Jr. 1 for 3. Grand Slam Golf 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Ted Jonalis 1 for 4. Zach Hartman 1 for 4 as well for the West. For the South, Tiger Dawson 1 for 4 with a ribby. Um, Leon Riston 1 for 3 with a ribby and a run scored. Mark Southworth 2 for 3 with a run scored, and Hector Roca 1 for 3 with a bases clearing double and gets a run scored on top of that. Dawson also got their 5th stolen base of the season for the South. Wo Millis will be your winning pitcher. Duke Silver will take the loss, and Wo Millis will be your player of the game. So go ahead and save that. Go ahead and get you finish this day, finish the travel day. And that will take us to our next streamed game. A real quick check in the standings. We have 6 games left to play. So the East still only a 3-game lead, but they still maintain the lead. Second through fourth, that difference is only 2 games, with the North being 5 games back of the lead. East magic number is currently at 4 for that number 1 seed. But with that being said, it takes us to our next stream game. We do have a prediction up for this one. Who will be leading after the 5th inning? Here is our matchup. West versus the East. Italian Solo, the lefty, versus Jack Nitro, the right-hander. We get to see, we've already seen the East play in the first game. For the West, this is our first time tonight seeing them. Tedford Woofington Jr., Ted Jonalis, Grand Slam Dolph, Zach Hartman, and your starting pitcher, Italian Solo. But who will be leading after the 5th inning is your prediction in this one. Anything sticking out to you in this head-to-head, Chadwick?
Yeah, I guess if you're looking at the betting, it seems like the West has the lead in the pitching department, especially when you look at the head-to-head ERAs. But who knows? It's prospect league. Anything is possible.
What is interesting, and I was talking to Enoch about this. Pitching has been very interesting in the prospect league. I believe our league leader at the end of last stream was in the 4s for ERA, which that also doesn't happen
Yeah.
very often. Just goes to show you how competitive um, it has been this season here for prospect league. But give you all a few more, give you all like a minute left on that prediction. Somebody went on in and made it to where East has more points now.
Oh, interesting.
So now Daedalus, now you're the value bet now. Congratulations. Yeah, I'll give you all 30 more seconds. Get in those final wagers. Go ahead and then we'll go ahead and close the prediction, and we will get on into this West versus the East. I will point out that the next game that we have on the docket will be North and South the day after this one. I'm thinking we'll do play by play for North and South. There's a reason for that. Hopefully, Sen is watching tonight. If not, he'll
Oh,
be on the
okay.
VOD. But
Be safe because you're
we'll
a Civil War buff.
we'll know. We have our second edition of a particular player on player matchup for our stream game after this one. That's all I'm going to say at this point. But let me go ahead and close the prediction. We'll get on into this. We are doing Ask the Booth, or we're kind of doing bits and pieces of Ask the Booth
Yeah,
tonight.
we may be asking you questions if you don't ask us questions.
I had a secondary hot take. it could still be a hotter take than your hot take, I guess. But um, I don't like the pitch clock. Pitch clock needs to go away. I hate the pitch clock.
Okay. No, I
And
thought it was stupid too when it first came in,
like it's still stupid.
but I think it did improve the pacing of the game. But, and I'm sure you're aware of this, they just changed the rule again to
Yeah, I know they
where
made
I
it
think
shorter.
they're shorting it with players
They're
on
making
base,
it
and they did
worse.
that based off data, right? Because usually with players on base, you work quicker, which is fine. Um, but the big question long term is, and this is something I thought about, and of course the players union is thinking it too, is they're saying, well, if you're going to make pitchers pitch at such a pace and they're not going to have rest in between pitches, you're actually putting the pitcher's arms at harm. MLB has said, well, there's no proof of that, but I can't say that you have no proof that it's fine either, right? So I think long term, it's got to be right. If you're used to having long breaks, letting your muscles recover a little bit, now you're having to deal so quick. I think you're going to see a lot more. And we got to play at the
Oh,
plate
got
there,
him. He got him.
but
Wow.
yeah, nice throw
Uh,
from the right fielder there.
I will tackle the question that Daedalus is. So I have a cop. Unfortunately, I have a cop out. Um, the reason for I have not been in the league long enough to because if you think about it, we're heading into season 44, I believe. Is that is way gone.
Yes.
Jethro Gibbs makes it 2-0 in favor of the West. 424 off the bat. Um, I I've only been in the PB. This will be my sixth or seventh season total out of 44. So, man, I don't. For my time in the PB, okay, that's fair. He is out. Um. Oh man. Okay, so I want to say myself in the minors, but I know that's wrong. I know that's selfish and wrong of me, but hear me out. I'm one of my player was one of only three players to win multiple pitcher of the years, but one of only two players to win it back to back in 40 seasons of, or I guess 30 some odd seasons of the minor leagues. So yes, I went from cop out to being selfish within 2 minutes. Um, as far as the majors are concerned, man, that's because see the majors is even tougher because I've only been in the majors. This will be I'm heading into my fourth season in the majors. And I'm not gonna lie, in my time in the majors, I my involvement in PBs picked up a lot to where I don't really pay attention all to. I just pay attention to how my team is doing and how my player is doing and how my minor league team is doing. The Swifties are doing some GM or one of the two GMs. So I don't really pay attention to especially considering the fact that I'm not a major league award voter. I'm a minor league award voter. I think that's why I can answer the minor league question a little bit easier. But man, I'm gonna have to take a rain check. Can I take a rain check for the majors? Question actually, Chadwick, do you have a majors player? Maybe we tag team it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm even less time in the league than you. I haven't even been in the majors, right? So yeah, as you said, I'm more focused on during this time is making sure that I'm maximizing my TPE earnings, maximizing my time in my locker room, and so I really have even less than you to go on to give a fair answer. But I would like to dig through the index, maybe,
Actually,
and I
you
might
know,
be able to come up with some answers for you.
you know what? I
You
have an
know,
open question not only to myself and to you, but to chat, just because this kind of triggered that question triggered this question. Considering you asked MVP, I picked the pitcher. a lot that this is one of those things where there are people that have very strong opinions on it either way. Does a pitcher deserve an MVP? There are people who think strongly on both sides of the coin on that one. I personally think it's most valuable player. It's not most valuable batter. So I'm very much pro pitcher being able to be MVP. I don't know how you feel about that, Chadwick.
No, I do. I agree.
Because we do have people. I'm not naming names, not naming names, but we do have people who believe that MVP should only be for batters.
Sure. No, I completely agree with that. And it's kind of the problem too with like the Heisman Trophy, right? It goes usually to the best quarterback, and that's
And
why
then
that.
there's that one season in between where it goes to a running back
Yeah, and so that's an old, outdated.
that is gone just over the wall.
Oosh, 5-0, man.
Grand slam Dolph.
So if you voted West in the first five, you're looking pretty good right now. Yeah, no, I agree. Um, Pitchers should be able to do it because if you put up a special season, and I don't know off the top of my head, right, but it hasn't happened often. But I know it's happened. Well, no, he didn't win the MVP. But the only pitcher I can think of off the top of my head who won the MVP was Kershaw, just because I'm a Dodgers fan, and that was like his peak year, where he was just ridiculous. Um, I'm sure people can give other examples. I'd have to
Trying to
look through
think if
the
did
book. We'd have to.
Degrom end up winning an MVP? 'Cause I know
Mm,
Degrom had one season where and that's tough for me to say. I'm a Phillies fan. I'm very
maybe.
anti Mets.
And that was on one of the streams earlier, I think, because I think they had a Degrom card, or no, they were talking about Cy Youngs. And the year Degrom won the Cy Young for the Mets, he had that 1.72 ERA, but he only had like I think it was like either a 9-10 or a 10-9 record, which is like, how the heck do you lose 9 games with an ERA of 1.7?
Because it's the Mets.
Is the Mets, yeah.
And then real quick so I feel so bad because this feels like a cop out too. It's very tough to answer that question, Daedalus, just because the fact that position changes in PB happens pretty commonly. So you can't really like it's tough to do it based on position, especially because there are most of the time it's usually outfield wise, it's like going from left to right or center to right or whatnot. I mean, there's a rare occasion where somebody will go from the infield to the outfield. So you can't really say true right fielders just because it could a position could change it for our player's career several times. Like I'm a pitcher. I'm going to be oh see there's no way for me so there's no way to go back and look. Let me rephrase that. There is probably a way to go back and look, but that would
Yeah,
oh gosh, I don't even want to know how long that would take for me to go
it would
look.
require a ton of research.
And that's coming from somebody who worked in the research part of our YouTube channel where I had to do stuff like that. I could tell you right now that would probably take me a few hours to do some looking around. The answer is
Okay, how do you know this? That's my question. Is it your player?
gosh,
That's
I
a,
feel like see, I feel like I'm being a terrible host right now. You looked
you
for
said it
2
took 2
hours.
hours.
Hey, I got one part of it right. I mean,
That's mad
I
props.
knew that was going to be an hours pursuit. Um, see, I can't dig you for that, by the way, because let me tell you something. In fact, let me go find the link to it. Actually,
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't dig you for spending 2 hours looking that up. Considering, let me go find it. I spent oh gosh, I think I spent literally the whole day, the entire day I made my player at like 11 in the morning, and then after I chatted with Anik and got picked up on waivers to be a Swifty, um, I started doing this. I started writing an article, and I think I finished at like 9 o'clock that night. Like literally from the time I was done chatting with Anik. This is what I did for the rest of the day. Let me see if I'm gonna have to do some digging because I do a lot of posts considering all the positions that I have in the league now. So um, I don't even remember what I called it. But I should put up the link to I made you know what, I'm gonna do that too. I made this joke as well about me and Microsoft Paint. This was my rookie graphic, which by the way, y'all gotta remember you can this is part of your rookie task. Get some easy TP, get some good starting money too for completing those rookie tasks. Um but that's not what I didn't spend 9 hours making that though. Here it is. How many words is this? I don't Oh yeah, I wrote a 5,000 word article.
What?
I'm not kidding. I wrote a 5,000 word article.
Why?
I got some good money from it too.
I'm sure.
Oh, Arthur Morgan is a great player in the league. There's my 5,000 word article. Have a read. Um it it be enlightened as we're in the bottom of the ninth in this one. West versus the East. West are working on a combined six hitter at the moment, and now down to the final out in Boog Barrow.
Here
Not quite. It's going to continue on and let Deathridge
we
come to the
go.
plate, facing a
Comeback
new
starts
pitcher in
now.
Dax Murphy. That's a base hit
Yep.
up the
I
middle,
told you. Here we go. Six
S-
runs. The two
and now
outs.
I McFish,
Give the gap.
and that is caught.
Oh,
Dang it! The announcer jinx did not work tonight. I tried. I tried. I tried. T Den was wrong. Cannot do announcer jinx on demand. Um, but 5-0 is your final. Take a look at the box score. Tedford Woofington Jr. 1 for 3 with a walk. I see Jose had a 3-hit game. Good on him. Grand Slam Dolph 1 for 4 with a run scored, but also had a 2-run home run in the fifth inning. Um, And then let's see for the East, Kadru going 2 for 4, Aria Harper 1 for 4, Tyler Deathridge 2 for 4, Dazan Gill 1 for 3, um, and then Deathridge getting a double, Harper getting a stolen base. Italian Solo will get the win. Jack Nitro the loss. Italian Solo is your player of the game. All
all
right.
right.
Taking a look at North and the South will get the win 5-3. For the North, Scotty Sterling 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a walk. Seventh home run of Prospect League for Scotty Sterling. And then Wellerman going 1 for 3 with a walk. That hit being a double. For the South, Tiger Dawson 2 for 4 with a ribby and a run scored. Then Cassius Ketch getting on base with a walk. Leon Riston 3 for 4 with a double. Hector Roca 1 for 3 with a run scored. Mark Southworth 1 for 4 with a run scored. That hit being a double. Harris Rodriguez will get the win. Bakugo the loss. Reed the hold. Moffitt the save. Your player of the game, Scotty Sterling. You'll go ahead and save. And we're going to be heading into our next stream game. It's going to be the North versus the South. Um, we'll do this backwards. I have an idea of what we're going to, and this way we can kind of just get right into the game for the most part,
Backwards.
kind of backwards. We did a
All right.
prediction with the 5th inning.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a prediction with the 9th inning. More
Okay.
specifically, how many runs are scored in the 9th inning? So, let me get that put up real quick. Gonna get 3 options at it, which tells me
3. Oh, okay.
tells
I
me we may get a value bet, high
I like
value
it.
bet chance here. We'll set for
Maybe.
5 minutes.
Where are we going here? Like 0, 1, 2 or
2
0, 1, 2 or more?
correct. 0, 1, 2 or more.
Okay, I like that. That's a good one.
So yeah, how many runs are scored in the 9th inning? Give you all a couple minutes to predict on that before we get the game started. We'll leave the prediction rank since obviously it only has to do with the 9th inning. So um but and we are also gonna do some play by play in this one. We get a chance. In fact, we get to see in the top of the first the second edition of Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling. And yes, these two are referencing to the same character. I'm telling you right now, if you like physical humor, you better go YouTube Scott Sterling. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that. But we get to see it again um, for the final time in the regular season. The last time we saw this, I got distracted. I think somebody in chat asked me a question. I went to go answer it. Scotty Sterling hit a home run off of Scott Sterling. Um,
Oh, it's
and
like
it,
the
it was
Will Smith versus Will Smith in
it
real life.
it was clipped. So shout out to Sen for sending me that clip to remind me. um, but we have the North and the South. How many runs are scored in the 9th inning? Is your prediction? You want to take first half? I take second half.
Sounds great.
All right, let's get into it then.
Looks like Shrimp McDaniel will be stepping in against the aforementioned Scott Sterling, the pitcher edition. He's going to get a base hit in between the first baseman and the second baseman for a leadoff single. And that'll be Sterling versus Sterling. The first at bat is going to result in a fielder's choice. Can't turn two. The fielder's choice will record an out. And now the second baseman gets eaten up on a ground ball from Ty France Jr. They'll bring up Zielinski with runners at first and second. He's going to fly out to center. Now we'll bring up the DH, Patrick Lindsay, with two on. He's going to get a ball, and it's gone into the left field gap. A 3-run bomb with 2 outs from Philip Lindsay, his third of the season. It's going to give him up to 22 RBI on the year. And now bring up Matty Phillips, who is going to fly out to the catcher in foul territory. But 3 runs and 3 hits for the North. And our first Sterling versus Sterling at bat. Dawson, the DH, will step in for the South. He's going to get a base hit off the pitcher Luther McIntosh. And that'll bring up Cassius Ketch, the second baseman, sorry. He's going to bloop one in. So runners at first and second. I'll bring up Gordon, the center fielder, who's going to fly out to center for the first out of the inning. And now Colton James, the shortstop, going to strike out looking on an inside pitch. And I'll bring up McCringleberry. It's going to get a base hit. Is it going to drive in a run? It will. And the North lead been cut to 3-1. The South is on the board. Harrison, who's in a cold streak, is going to stay cold and ground out 4-3. But both teams have scored in the first inning in the Prospect League. Now, Winton, the third baseman, is going to get a base hit past the second baseman, who's a statue there. And that'll bring up Bradley Wellerman, A runner on is going to get a base hit. Will they go first to third? They will. He's going to turn into a double. Wow, great base running from Wellerman to stretch that into a double. Now Barclay, the catcher, is going to draw a walk. And that will be the bases loaded with no outs for McDaniel. McDaniel's going to fly out to center, probably not deep enough to tag, but no, they are going to send him, and he's going to make it. Wow, nice base running again. 4-1 in favor of the North on the sac fly, and now here's Sterling versus Sterling 2.0. And Sterling, the pitcher, is going to win this battle again. 2 outs, runners at first and second for Ty France Jr. He's going to get a base hit. Going to drive in a run. Now, 5-1 in favor of the North. And Zielinski, the shortstop, will step in. 2 on, 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, deuces wild, as Vin Scully would say. And that will end the inning. So 5-1 in favor of the North. And the South will now step in with Riston flying out to right field. Southworth, the right fielder. So going to fly out the right, it looks like. Yes. And then Rocca, the third baseman, is going to strike out, ending the inning. So the South does not answer the 2 runs from the North. Remain a 5-1 lead. And Lindsay, who hit the 3-run bomb, is going to step in. He's going to fly out to left field this time. Matty Phillips, the second baseman, is going to ground out to the third baseman. And now Winton, the third baseman, is going to step in. He's going to ground out to the pitcher. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Scott Sterling, the pitcher. Top of the order is up for the South and the DH Dawson. Dawson with a shift on in the outfield. He's going to fly it down the line. Great running there from the left fielder to get there. Catch is now going to strike out. And Gordon, the center fielder, is going to bane in a base hit to center field. Colton James, the shortstop's next. And the left-handed batter is going to strike out to end the inning. It's the first time the North has not scored in this game. South trailing 5-1 will take their hacks now. Oh, sorry, I got it completely screwed up there. That was the South batting. Willerman's going to ground out. Barclay is going to get a base hit. I am absolutely out of my mind right now. McDaniel's going to lead off. Go to strike out. That's 2 down. And now our Sterling versus Sterling 3.0. And the pitcher wins again. Scotty Sterling, the right fielder, is 0 for 3 against Scott Sterling, the left-handed batter. Going to go to the bottom of the 4th with Mick Kringleberry leading things off. Fly out to right. Harrison's still cold. 0 for 1. Can he get a base hit? Nope. He's going to off liner to second. Now Riston, the catcher, is going to ground out to third. We have 2 scoreless innings in a row. As we go to the top of the 5th, 5-1 in favor of the North. Ty France Jr. is going to lead off with a walk. And now Zielinski, the shortstop, will look to do something. Going to hit a fly ball to right field. It's going to be routine play. 1 down. And now Lindsay, the DH, going to hit another fly ball, but this one's going to be caught. And it'll be up to Matt Phillips to try to keep this inning going with a runner at first. Got a stolen base, and he's in there. Ty France Jr. steals second. Phillips with a runner in scoring position will take a walk. And now Winton will get a chance to drive in a run, and he's going to fly out the right field. That's the end of the top half of this game. I'm going to turn it over to nasbase to take you home.
Mark Southworth is going to be leading off for the South, and that is going to go to the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall as Southworth is going to lead it off with a double here in the bottom of the 5th and brings up Hector Roca Oh, smothered it. Everybody is safe. So runners in the corners, no outs for top of the order and Tiger Dawson. Swing and a miss, strike three. So one out, runners in the corners for Cassius catch. Fly ball that's caught. They're going to send southward. Throw to the plate is not in time, and it's going to be a sac fly for catch. And it's now a 5-2 North lead. Runner at first for Gordon. Grounder to the second baseman will get it over to first in time to retire the side. Out of town scoreboard, top of the sixth, a close one between the West and the East, with the West leading 3-2 as Bradley Wellerman leads off for the North with a bunt. Somebody was listening. Somebody was listening to me, even though it didn't work. But as Barclay will strike out for the second out, I don't think we've, man, very rarely do I see a bunt for a hit in Prospect League. Base hit to right field by McDaniel will keep the inning going for Scotty Sterling. Slow roller, and that will be out number three. 5-2 North as we head to the bottom of the sixth. It's going to be Colton James leading off with a walk. So leadoff runner is on for Hingle McCringleberry. And that is caught looking, strike three, right on the outside corner. One away for Harrison, base hit up the middle. So the tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the sixth, facing Toby Ziegler's Riston, and that's a base hit up the middle. It's going to be a 5-3 game. RBI single for Leon Riston. And now Mark Southworth with runners at first and second and one out. Ground ball, there's one. They get the double play. Around the horn, 5-4-3 to get out of the jam. And it's a 5-3 North game as we head to the seventh. And Ty France Jr. will ground it up the middle for out number one. Zielinski slow roller again to the shortstop this time, two outs. And that's a swing and a miss to retire the side. Stretch time, 5-3. It's a close one, and not only in this one, but out of town scoreboard as well, 3-2 West, but they will not extend it, so it remains a one-run game there as well, as Hector Roca will lead off with a walk. Top of the order now for Dawson, runner going. He's way out of there. Oh, my. By a multiple country miles, as that's going to be against the shift all the way to the wall. Dawson is on with a one-out double. And now Cassius catch. Fly ball to left. That is caught. Two away. And now Robert Gordon. Called strike three at the knees. So Ziegler will get out of it again. And it remains 5-3 as we head to the eighth. And Matt Phillips leading off with a walk. That's going to be dangerous. Phillips has stolen quite a few bases in these first few games. He's going now. Oh, he's out. He got him. Both catchers are just throwing the ball good to second. Second caught stealing as many innings as Wellerman to the plate. Fly ball to left. And that is caught for out number three. A 1-2-3 inning for Sinatata as we head to the bottom of the eighth. And Colton James to the plate. Fly ball to center field, and that's going to be caught for out number one. And now Hingle McCringleberry. Fly ball to right field. That is caught for out number two. Harrison with a fly ball to center field. And that is a 1-2-3 inning as it remains 5-3 as we head to the top of the ninth. Meanwhile, out of town scoreboard, it's still a close one, still 3-2 in favor of the West in the top of the ninth on that one, as Barclay will strike out for the first out here in the top of the ninth. Now, Shrint McDaniel, top of the order, outside ball four. So one out base runner now for Scotty Sterling. Swing and a miss, strike three for out number two. Ty French Jr. will swing and miss for strike three. and that will end the top of the ninth. We head to the bottom of the ninth. South need at least two to keep going, three to win. There'll be Leon Riston to face Hashiater, and that's a grounder to the shortstop for out number one. Now Mark Southworth, fly ball to center field, and that's going to be caught two away for Hector Roca. Ground ball to the first baseman, and this game is over as the North will hold on. 3-run top of the first, a 2-run top of the second was all they needed to get the win. 5-3 is your final. Taking a look at the box score, Shrip McDaniel 2 for 3 with a ribby and a walk. Scotty Sterling gets a run scored. Matty Phillips with 2 walks. Winton 1 for 4 with a run scored. Wellerman 1 for 4 with a run scored. That hit being a double. For the South, Tiger Dawson 2 for 4 with a run scored. Cassius Ketch 1 for 3 with a ribby. And then Leon Riston 1 for 4 with an RBI. Southworth 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. And Hector Roca 1 for 3. Luther McIntosh will take the win. Scotty Sterling the loss. Ziegler gets a hold. Hosh Jader will get the save. Luther McIntosh is your player of the game. And yep, as you pointed out, Daedalus, I'm sorry. Looks like the house won. House won on that one. No runs were scored in the ninth inning. So, dang, I can promise you the house will not spend all 500 points at one time. Just saying. But go ahead and complete that prediction. Let's take a look at the other game that we had going on, West and the East. It was 4-2 in the top of the ninth. And it ends up, and that's what the final ends up being, 4-2. For the West, Zach Hartman going 1 for 4 with a double. For the East, Aria Harper 2 for 4. And then Tyler Deathridge 0 for 3, but got a walk and a run scored. I McFish 3 for 4. Dazan Giel 1 for 4. Ooh, that's what happens when I hit. There we go. Got a little too aggressive with my wheel there. For the pitching, Jimmy G will get the win. Bill Pitt will take the loss. Beware of strikes the hold. And good news, everyone. Professor Farnsworth gets the save. Second save of Prospect League for the professor. As we will go ahead and finish this, Jay. And then we will have a couple quick sims. And then the last two days of the season, we will take a look at the standings and we'll see what we got to work with as far as what games we may watch the last two. But let's go ahead and take a look at these other games that we got going on. So now it's South versus the West. And it's going to be the South getting the win 6-1. Tiger Dawson going 2 for 4 with a walk and a double. Cassius Ketch 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Leon Riston 1 for 4 with a solo home run. Mark Southworth 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Hector Roca 1 for 4 with a run scored. For the West, Tedford Woofington Jr. 2 for 5 with a double and an RBI. Grand Slamdolph 2 for 5 as well. For the pitching, Pee Wee Matthews will take the loss. Flan Reynolds will take the win and player of the game nod. East and the North. And it's going to be a combined 4-hitter for the East. They get the win 2-0. For the East, Aria Harper 1 for 4. I McFish 1 for 3 with their 7th home run of Prospect League. For the North, 1 for 3 and a walk for Shrimp McDaniel. And then Winton also going 1 for 3 with a walk. Matt Phillips, fourth stolen base already in Prospect League. As we take a look at the pitching, Kinsella will take the win. Mitchell the loss. Eddie Catch will get the save, a 6 out save. Man, I love any save more than one inning. And Dion Mitchell will be your player of the game. Good save. I think we will take a check of the standings real quick. Let's go ahead and finish the day. See how it's looking. So right now it is 2 games, the difference between the East and the West. The East remain the number 1 seed so far. West and South only separated by 1 game, and then you have the North a couple games back of the South. All right, so South and the West. West will get the win 9-5. For the South, Tiger Dawson 1 for 5 with an RBI. Cassius Catch 2 for 5 with a run scored. Leon Riston 1 for 5 with a run scored. Mark Southworth 1 for 3 with a walk. Hector Roca 1 for 2 with a walk, run scored, and a double. And then Tiger Dawson also getting a stolen base for the South. On the West, Tedford Woofington Jr. 3 for 4 with a 3-run home run and 2 runs scored and a walk. Grand Slamdolph going 3 for 5 with a run scored. Ted Jonalis 1 for 4 with a ribby. Zach Hartman 3 for 5 with a ribby and a run scored as well. For the pitching, Duke Silver will get the win. Wo Millis will take the loss. Tedford Woofington Jr. will be your player of the game. East and the North. So the Wests have won. If the East lose this one, the deficit goes down to only 1 game. And it's going to be the North getting the win 3-1. Taking a look at the box, Todd Ruru 1 for 4 with a run scored on the East. Aria Harper 1 for 4. For the North, Shrimp McDaniel 3 for 3 with 2 walks. Matt Phillips 1 for 4 with a run scored and another stolen base. And then Winton going 0 for 2, but got a ribby and a walk. Wellerman also getting a walk and a stolen base. Fifth of the season for Bradley Wellerman. We take a look at the pitching. Shirazi will get the win. Jader the hold. Tipton the loss. And Toby Ziegler, first save of Prospect League. We'll go ahead and save. So it is only 1 game between the West and the East in terms of the deficit. We do have that travel day. So now we head into the final 2 days of the season. And I believe it's the same 2 matchups. Yeah, same 2 matchups. So we have South and West, East and the North. Let's take a look at the standings here. See, the thing is, East and the West don't play each other. They're not playing each other, so it makes it a little trickier on which game we should probably watch. I would much rather not watch 4 games. I can tell you that right now. Let's see. Let's do this then.
Maybe do but
So,
at the same time, maybe do the
well,
East
this
because
is
if
what
they
I'm.
win and the other team loses, they clinch.
Um, we can kind of do that either way. So, since North and East do have a created pitcher in McIntosh, we'll go ahead and watch South and West because if you think about it, if the West lose, then it's up to the East whether they win or lose in terms of if it's going to be 2 game deficit or if it's going to be a 1 game deficit.
True.
I do not remember what the tiebreaker is. I do not know if it's head to head or if it is something else. Um, it's about the only thing I do not remember in this particular situation. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch South and the West first. So get that put up. Let's do a quickie prediction. We're not gonna wait too terribly long on this. Let's see. Um, we have not done an over under yet. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's just reuse one that we did last night or the other night. We'll do over under 1.5 uh total home runs in the game. That would be our prediction for the South versus the West. So y'all will have a chance to wager some points there. Give y'all a minute, maybe a minute or two, to gamble, gamble, gamble. Um, any shot at a prediction, Chadwick? Anything you guys want to take a chance with it?
We're talking about the over under
Well,
or in
actually
general?
both. If you have comments on both, go for it.
I mean, we do have the neutered Colton James here. He's got the 21 home runs, but his power has since been diminished. So we'll see what he does there. In terms of this matchup, I mean, it's pretty even. I
Yeah, it could
mean, I could
definitely
see
go
it
either
going either
way.
way. Yeah. So again, it's two evenly matched teams, and the pitchers are not too far off from each other. The head to head, Rodriguez has a little better record against the West. So, yeah, nothing groundbreaking for me.
Nothing nothing groundbreaking for anybody thinking under for the prediction, um, either. I mean, if you wanna go against conventional wisdom and instead of always betting the over, do the value bet on the under. Just saying. I can't, but, give y'all 30 seconds more on that, and then we will get into this one. And then, we can flip. I could start off this one, take us on home.
Sounds great.
And also looks like because we are heading to, I believe, the it's called Running Rebels Grounds, which I think is awesome. A nod to UNLV, even though we're playing in Arizona. But looks like the roof is closed.
Well, there
In
we go.
case y'all were
Yes,
wondering. I know
I
Chadwick
always ask
wonders
that
from time
question.
to time. But let me go ahead and close this prediction. We will go ahead, get on into South and the West. So before we get into it, just as a reminder, if the West wins and the East loses, then it will be tied. Or yes, it will be tied heading into the final day of the regular season of the Prospect League. If both teams have the same result, the gap will remain at 1 game. If West loses and the East wins, though, the East will clinch the number 1 seed for the Prospect League playoffs, which we will be streaming tomorrow. I did I miss anything, co-host?
No,
I think
I think you're
I
good.
think I covered it. Let's go ahead and get on into it. We're gonna see Tiger Dawson at the plate to face Talion Solo on the mound as we head to Running Rebels grounds. 2-2 pitch is called. Strike three at the knees. Out number one. Winston Harrison now. And that's going to be a base hit to center field. So 1 out runner is on for Robert Gordon. Base hit up the middle. Runners heading to third, and it's going to be runners in the corners and one out for Colton James. And that is caught in center field. Throw to the plate is not in time. That's going to be a sac fly for Colton James. And the South strike first, 1-0. Runner at first for McCringleberry, base hit to left. So runners at first and second, 2 outs for catch. To the second baseman, that is out number 3. Side is retired, but the South strike first. They lead 1-0. And now Tedford Woofington Jr. to lead things off for the West. Outside ball 4. So leadoff runner is on for the West. And now Brandon Zahn. Runner going, throw to second is in time. So caught stealing for Woofington as Zahn will swing and miss for strike 3. And now 2 outs here in the bottom of the first for Jose. Slow roller, third base side, gets it there in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 1-0 South as we head to the second, and Leon Riston leading off. Fly ball left center field, shallow, caught on the run. One away for Roca. Line drive right at the right fielder, though, for out number 2. And now Southworth will ground it, and they will get it to first in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the second. It'll be Ted Jonalis leading off against Harris Rodriguez. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. And now Grand Slam Dolph to center field. That is caught, 2 outs. And now Shabadoo up the middle. That's a base hit. So that will allow Hartman to come to the plate. And that is inside ball 4. So runners at first and second, 2 outs for the West, and Ash Ketchum. Fly ball left field, gone! Dinger time for Ash Ketchum. West take the lead 3-1 on the 3-run jack. Big home run for Ketchum, and now that'll bring up Jethro Gibbs, who will hit that to deep center. That's going to one bounce off the wall for extra bases. So a double for Gibbs, top of the order for Woofington, who will hit a deep fly ball left, but it's not going to be deep enough. And the side is retired, but not before the West, with a 3-run homer by Ash Ketchum, have taken the lead 3-1 as we head to the third, and top of the order in Tiger Dawson. Grounder back to the first baseman for out number 1. And now Winston Harrison will take it outside, ball 4. So runner at first, 1 out for Gordon. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. The runner's going to go to third, and the throw is not in time. So runners in the corners, 1 out for Colton James. Fly ball to center field. Oh no, it's misplayed in center field. I was wondering why the third baseman was running and not tagging up. That's going to be scored a double for Colton James, as that is going to be caught in the infield off the bat of McCringleberry. It's 3-2 West. Catch will grant it to the second baseman for the third out. Very eventful top of the third, 3-2 West as we head to the bottom of the third. And it'll be Brandon Zahn. That is crushed. But it is caught at the, oh man, I thought that was gone. I don't usually get duped on something like that, but wow, right at the wall by Southworth, as Jose will get a base hit up the middle and Jonalis will strike out. So Slam Dolph, grounder to the shortstop, and they will get the force at second to retire. The side East have scored a run. They are up 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Meanwhile, here is 3-2 West with Riston striking out to start off the top of the fourth. And now Hector Roca. Fly ball to right field, caught. And that'll be the second out for Southworth now. Another fly ball in the right center field alley, and this time the center fielder will make the catch, and the side is retired. West maintained a 3-2 lead, and they'll send Shabadoo to lead things off here in the bottom half of the fourth. And that is strike three, one away. And now Hartman, swing and a miss, strike three, two away. Fifth punch out for Harris Rodriguez in this outing. And now Ash Ketchum with 3-run homer his last time up will be caught looking strike three at the knees. Rodriguez will strike out the side as we head to the fifth. 3-2 West, and Tiger Dawson top of the South order leading off as that is hit deep to left, and that is gone. Dinger time for Tiger Dawson, and this game is tied at 3. West need to win this game to maintain a chance at the number 1 seed, especially with the East leading 1-0 in the out of town, as Harrison will strike out for out number 1. So 1 out for Gordon. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Talion Solo through 4 2/3 innings, as Colton James will shallow fly ball to left. The third baseman's going to run out there and make the catch, and the side is retired. We got a tied game heading to the bottom of the fifth. Oh man, Chadwick, what on earth is going to happen?
We'll find out here as Gibbs is going to step in against Rodriguez. He's going to get a base hit past the shortstop. Leadoff single, which will bring to the top of the order for Wolfington, who's going to hit a fly ball to the left. It's going to be flagged down by the left fielder. And that will bring up Zahn. Going to promptly strike out. And now the infamous Jose is up with 2 outs and a runner on. And Jose is going to bloop a base hit. Runner's going to go first to third. And that's going to bring up Janalis.
Yeah, you got
Who's
it.
going to get a run in as the shortstop gets eaten up on the ground ball. And now slammed off. With 2 on and 2 out, we'll get a chance. And he's going to fly out to right. But the West gets a run, breaking the deadlock. It's now 4-3 in favor of the AI. Top of the 6th will bring up McCringleberry. Going to fly out to shallow center field. Bring up the second baseman, Ketch, who is going to ground out 4-3, and Wrist and the catcher will step in with 2 outs. And he is going to fly out to right for a 1-2-3 inning for Professor Farnsworth. The catcher for the West will be leading off this inning, and Shabadoo. Shabadoo's going to strike out. And now bring up Hartman, the third baseman. Going to draw a walk. And Ketchum's been on fire. 1 for 1 today. What will Ketchum do now? Ketchum's going to strike out with a runner at first. And I'll bring up Gibbs, the 9th inner. Looking to turn over the lineup.
Ooh.
And they will. The ball's going to get past the center fielder. It's going to roll to the wall. The run will score. And the West take a 5-3 lead. You got to question the center fielder there. Top of the order in Wolfington. And he's going to hit a fly ball. And will the center fielder catch this one? They will. But the West gets a 2-run out. Increases their lead 5-3 as we head to the top of the 7th with Rocca. Going to strike out there against Farnsworth, who's still in the game. And now we have a Southworth versus Farnsworth. It's the Worth Bowl. Ground out to the first baseman, unassisted there. Dawson, the DH, is going to step in and is going to strike out, and that's going to retire the side for the South. They trail 5-3. It's stretch time at the Running Rebel grounds. Zahn, the first baseman, is going to step in against new pitcher Maxwell Reed. No, Reed's been in. This is Reed's second inning of work. He's going to strike out the leadoff hitter. Jose Stepping in. It's going to get a walk. And now Jonalis, the DH. Going to ground out
Oh,
into a double play. They turn that one quickly. We don't see many double plays in the Prospect League, but they churned it there. And we're going to go to the top of the eighth in a 2-run game where Harrison's going to get a leadoff walk. So an opportunity here for the South. Gordon's going to get a ball down the line, but the first baseman's there. He steps on the bag at first, throws to second, but the runner is safe. James is going to watch a
oh,
passed ball. Get the runner to third. He's going to have a chance to drive in a
oh.
run, and he will. Base hit. 5-4. James is on first with McCringleberry coming to at bat against Farnsworth, who's still in there. The strikeout. And now it's going to be up to Catch with 2 outs and a runner on to maybe tie this game. No. First baseman's a vacuum over there today. Zahn vacuums up that ball. Ends the inning. We're going to the bottom of the eighth, where the West will see Slamdolf step up to the batter's box. He's going to ground out to the third baseman. Yabadoo steps up and check swing, strikeout. 2 down for Hartman, the third baseman. The new pitcher, Duke Smith, is in the game. Hartman's going to get a fly ball, and it's gone. The left fielder got to the wall. I don't think he jumped. But Hartman's going to welcome Duke Smith to the game with a home run. Looks like Ketchum is going to step up in now. An insurance run there. And Ketchum's going to fly out to left field, but the West get an insurance run. It's 6-4 as we go to the top of the ninth, where the South will have the bottom of their order up. Riston is now against new pitcher Dax Murphy. Going to coax a fly ball to center for the first out. Rocca is going to make that center fielder busy. That's 2 out. Can Murphy get a 1-2-3 against Southworth? He will. First baseman gobbles up the ball, steps on first. Zahn ends the game. The South will lose 6-4 as the West wins the game. Looking at the box score here, we actually saw a home run from Colton James going 2 for 3. Actually, no, it wasn't a home run. 2 for 3, 3 RBI. The home run was from Dawson, the DH. Your winning pitcher tonight is Solo. Losing pitcher Rodriguez. Farnsworth got a hold in 2 1/3. Murphy with a save. And if we look at the West hitting here, only person with multiple hits is Jose going for 2 for 3. And then Ketchum. No, actually, Ketchum only went 1 for 4, but drove in 3 runs on the day. And I'm guessing that Ketchum might be your player of the game. Maybe Solo. Let's look.
Hartman.
Player of the game is Hartman. Okay, I was wrong on all accounts. Hartman, player of the game, I guess, but off that home run to get the insurance run there. So, yeah, the West wins. They improved the record to 28-25.
And the
And
East. Oh,
wins 9-3, yeah.
East get the win 9-3. Codroo 2 for 6 with an RBI. Aria Harper 4 for 5 with a double, a stolen base, and 3 runs scored. And Tyler Deathridge 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored and a 3-run home run in the top of the ninth. And then I McFish also going 2 for 5. Dazen Giel 1 for 4 with a run scored and a stolen base as well. Excuse me. For the North, Trent McDaniel 1 for 5. Scotty Sterling 1 for 3 with a walk. Matt Phillips 1 for 3 with a run scored. And then taking a look at the pitching, Jack Nitro will get the win, Bakugo the loss, Catch the hold, and Garfield will get the save. Tyler Deathridge is your player of the game. kind of multitasking here because I don't know what the tiebreaker is. I don't know what would happen if because it's still only one game separating the West and the East. As go ahead and save and we'll advance the day. So what is interesting is if the let's see, the North are playing the East. So yeah, if the because South and North are only separated by one game as well. So this could be very interesting. It says the magic number is one, so I don't. Hold on, I'm gonna just look really quick because I really don't know what the tiebreaker is. Ah, hang on. I don't remember if this. Oh, I guess it does. I always forget if it blocks it out or not.
It did, thankfully for you, or you'd have just gave
Yeah.
away all of Hummus's secrets.
Oh no, I blocked it on the other thing.
Yeah, I know.
Da, 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 da.
Let's see, is it somewhere
See,
here?
this is
And
where I'm like, I really don't want to break some.
oh, you
I-
won't do anything.
I'm not gonna look too hard just because I don't want to break some.
You might be able to go to
I tend,
rules.
yeah.
No, not in there. Okay, maybe under option. It's been a while. Thought
Oh,
break
break
tiebreakers
ties
and tiebreaker
tiebreaker game.
game.
Oh dear.
Oh, nice. We
Oh
might
no, no, that's
have.
playoffs. That's no, oh no, yeah, that's playoffs. Well, no,
Oh,
wait a minute. But
yeah. I
yeah,
think break ties with tiebreaker game. So that's
yeah.
saying there'll be an extra game if we're tied. Ooh, I like it.
Oh
It's
my,
possible.
spicy,
That could be fun.
spicy. All right, so here's the situation then. Basically, East wins. We're going to be watching North and the East. If the East
Yeah.
wins, they will get the one seed. If they lose and the West wins, I believe we will be getting free baseball. Literally free baseball. As I pitched that question too to our wonderful people who work behind the scenes on the file, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't think that far either," because I don't think that's happened in Prospect League actually. So we couldn't make history.
I'm just noticing in the chat, people are mocking me for losing the 10 channel points that I bet in the over under.
Boo! It,
I lost.
I will bring tomatoes tomorrow so we could throw at Chadwick for losing 10 points.
Yeah, terrible.
We will do a prediction though before I forget. I'm getting ahead of myself, or not ahead of myself. I'm being distracted. We will make this a short one though. You know what? Let's do. We did an over under last time. Why not? We'll reuse this one as well. Over under 1.5, but this time not home runs. Fumbly bumblies. 1.5 over under 1.5 total errors in the game. That's what we're going to be predicting on. Over under 1.5 total errors in the game. While I double check to make sure that that is what the tiebreaker is. But yeah, over under 1.5 total errors in the game. We'll see if Chadwick decides to do a value bet or if chat scared him.
Let me look. I don't know. Data list is scaring me. You know, let's do it.
So who wants to take 10 points from take Chadwick's 10 points? That will get you. Let's see. Let me see if I can do. That'd be like 1,000 PBE dollars.
Yeah, I think less than that, like $1.
Well, yeah, but the 500 points is already yours though, Daedalus. So you're gaining a total of 10 points. So congratulations, you may win $1,000. Do not spend it all in one. Now, if it was 1,000 real life dollars, though, that would be awesome. We're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and close out this prediction. I guess we'll I guess we'll flip it again. I mean, I know you just finished the last four and a half. So I mean, if you wanna, so yeah, it would be 1,000 because it's $100 per point then. So yeah,
There we go.
up to you. Do you wanna start off this one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get it.
All right. Shrimp McDaniel's going to lead off in the North versus Bill Pitt. And it's going to be a leadoff base hit to center field, where Scotty Sterling is now going to watch the runner attempt to steal second, and he gets there. So a runner in scoring position, and it didn't matter because a leadoff walk would have moved him to second. Runners at first and second for Zielinski, who's going to fly out to shallow center. Now leave it up to Ty France Jr. here. He's going to get plunked. The bases are now loaded for Barclay as Bill Pitt's gotten himself into trouble. But he's going to churn two to get out of it. Wow, a clutch bases loaded double play. Bill Pitt gets out of danger. And the East now with Ruru get a base hit just in front of the left fielder. Now Jameson will step in against Luther McIntosh. Here we go again. A lot of action early. 2 base hits. Mantle's going to step up. He's going to fly out. That's going to be 1 down, 2 on, 1 out for the first baseman, Lightning McQueen. Who's going to ground out? That's 2 double plays in 1 inning. Which I don't think we get 2 double plays in 1 stream. 1 night of streams usually in the Prospect League. 2 in 1 inning. Matty Phillips is going to bang in a soft liner base hit. Now bring up Patrick Lindsay. Going to fly out to right field. Runner will stay at first. Now Winston, the 8-hitter, is going to fly out to right field as well. Now bring it up to the 9-hitter, Wellerman. Who's going to watch Phillips steal second? There's that speed. Wellerman is going to ground out. Can't get the runner home. And we're going to go to the bottom of the second with Harper, the left fielder, leading off with a lazy fly ball as a center. Barrow, the catcher, will get a base hit. And now bring Deathridge, who's got 2 home runs in their initial night in the Prospect League. It's going to watch Barrow get picked off. Oh my goodness, and now Deathridge gets a base hit. Should have been patient there. 2 outs now for McFish, who's going to get a ball in the gap. That would have scored a run, but they got picked off. They're going to get 1, though, on a stand-up double. McFish drives in a run, but it could have been 2. And then this is Guile. The 9-hitter is going to strike out. The East draws first blood. 1-0 to the East. In this very important game on the final day of the season, McDaniel going to strike out. Looking down and away. Sterling going to strike out. Now I'll leave it up to the shortstop, Zielinski. He's going to get a base hit. And Ty France Jr. will have an opportunity with 2 outs and a runner on. He's going to strike out. So we'll now go to the top of the order for the Mounties in the bottom of the third with Raru. Raru's going to get plunked. Leadoff man's aboard for Jamison, the DH. Going to get a ball to the right field. The runner's going to go first to third. And they're cornered with no outs for Mantle. It's going to strike out. Lightning McQueen will have an opportunity here. He's going to get plunked. There's no control for McIntosh. He's plunking people. Bases loaded for Harper, the left fielder, who is going to ground out the third to first, but will get a run home on the fielder's choice. Surprised they didn't go home there with the force in play. But Barrow's going to bane in two with a base hit. Makes it all for naught. He'll take second on the throw. They should have cut that off. 4-0 to the East. Deathridge will now step up with a runner on, ground out. 4-3. No. No play from the second baseman. Matt Phillips got eaten up by that ground ball. And that one now, too. Oh, my goodness. Another ball. McFish hits a ball that eats up the third baseman, scores a run. 5-0. Giles going to fly out to right, but the East scores 4 runs on some bad fielding. It's 5-0. And now we have another hit batsman. 3 in the game so far. Barclay gets plunked. Phillips steps up to plate. It's going to strike out. And Lindsay's going to be paying close attention here. He's going to get a ball into the gap to the wall. Should score a run. It's going to be a double and an RBI. The North is on the board. 5-1 in favor of the East, but the North is on the board. The runner on second for Winston is going to see that runner get to third on a wild pitch. Pitt does another wild pitch. What is going on here? Back-to-back wild pitches, scores a run. It's 5-2. Winston with the bases empty now. It's going to draw a walk. Oh, my goodness. This is a sloppy game. Walks, hit batsmen, pass balls. Wellerman's going to strike out. That'll bring the top of the order with McDaniel, the runner at first, who's going to fly out to left field. But we got some crazy stuff going on tonight. But we're now down to a 5-2 game as the East will look to take back some momentum with the top of the order in Ruru against McIntosh. Going to ground out there short. Good play there. Jamison, the DH, is going to get a base hit up the middle. Mitchie Mantle. The runner at first. The runner's going, and he's nailed, I think. He's gone, erased. Mantle will now with 2 outs. It's going to fly out. And that will retire the side. As we're going to head to the top of the 5th here with Scott Sterling grounding out the first, unassisted. Zielinski going to bang a ball in the center, but is going to get tracked down. Now Ty France Jr. going to fly out to right. That puts the score at 5-2 still in favor of the East, as nasbase will take you home in this decisive last game of the year.
Both East and the West are leading in their respective games, but if the East wins, they get the 1 seed regardless, as McQueen will fly out to right for the first out. And now Harper will ground to the shortstop. 2 away now for Boog Barrow. Fly ball to the left, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the East. As we head to the 6th, it's a 5-2 game. Meanwhile, out of town scoreboard, South have a tying run on base in the bottom of the 5th. Now they got 2 runners in scoring position. As back to our game here, Barclay in the corner, foul ground is caught. 1 away. Phillips will take a walk, dangerous on the base paths. Something to keep in mind. As there he goes, and that's a stolen base. So runner in scoring position, one out for Lindsay, who strikes out two-way. And now brings Winton to the plate. Ground ball to the second baseman, over to first in time. And the side is retired as it remains 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. And Tyler Deathridge grounds it to the second baseman for out number one. Swing and a miss, strike three, two away now as McFish is down on strikes. Now the 9-hole hitter, Dezengiel, grounder to the shortstop, and it's another 1-2-3 inning as we head to the seventh. East 3 innings away from clinching the one seed in the playoffs as Wellerman pops it up in the infield. Second baseman on a long run makes the catch. Top of the order for McDaniel, and that's a swing and a miss, strike three. Two outs now in the seventh for Scotty Sterling, who will swing and miss for strike three. And they go down in order 1-2-3, stretch time. East with the 5-2 lead. And it'll be Kadru, top of the order for the East, facing a new pitcher in Whiplash. Fly ball to center field. That is caught for out number one. Jameson with a base hit to left. So one out, base runner is on for Mitchie Mantle. Fly ball deep center, but it'll stay in the park and be caught. Two outs. Lightning McQueen, foul ground, caught in the corner. And they will leave the runner stranded as we head to the eighth. 5-2 East. Meanwhile, West with 2-1 lead on the out of town in the bottom of the seventh. Zielinski will lead it off with a ground ball to short. One out. Ty France Jr. with a long drive, but it's going to stay in the park in front of the warning track for out number two. As Barclay will swing and miss for strike three. And the side is retired. 5-2 remains the score as we head to the home half of the eighth. And Aria Harper leading off and gets Bean to start off the bottom of the eighth. I'm surprised no warnings have been issued at this point. Harper's running and is out. So nobody on with one out as Barrow will be walked. So another base runner is on for Tyler Deathridge as that is hit deep, but not deep enough at the warning track. Crowd number two. McFish grounds it right to the third baseman, gets the force at second to retire the side. Meanwhile, in the out of town, the South get four in the bottom of the seventh on a McCringleberry grand slam to take the lead versus the West. Back to our game, Phillips to the corner. Phillips is on with a leadoff double. And now Lindsay is walked. So the tying run will come to the plate for the North with no outs here in the top of the ninth. Ira Moore, new pitcher facing Winton. Caught looking, strike three on the corner. So one out now for Wellerman. And that's a swing and a miss, strike three. Top of the order for McDaniel. Swing and a miss, strike three in the East. Will clinch the one seed for the playoffs tomorrow. It's a 5-2 win over the North. Taking a look at the box score, Shrimp McDaniel going 1 for 5. Phillips 2 for 3 with a double and 2 stolen bases, as well as a walk. And then for the East, Kadru 1 for 3 with a run scored. Deathridge 2 for 4 with a run scored. McFish 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies and a double. Bill Pitt will get the win. McIntosh the loss. Weiser will get the hold. Ira Moore the save. And Bill Pitt is your player of the game. Meanwhile, always bet the over unless it's a 5-1 payout because unders won. So
Eat it. I did it this time. I got my money back.
This is what happens when you roast the streamer in chat. so you gained 10 and now you lost 500. And in Chadwick's case, he lost 10 and he gained 500.
Pretty good.
Oh, man.
He says
As n
we're
Oh,
Closet North fans? What is this?
chat's put words in our mouths. This
What
is
is
where we need to
this?
run. Um, I
I
mean,
don't know.
r see, listen, red's my favorite color, but maroon is also a great color because that was my color for where I went to middle school. I don't know, maroon, and I used to have a maroon car. Let's go ahead and take a look at the West and the South. It was a 5-2 win for the South. We talked about it during the game. A Hingle McCringleberry grand slam in the bottom of the seventh
Wow.
gave the South the win. Taking a look at the box, Tedford Woofington Jr. with two doubles going 2 for 3. Ted Johnless 1 for 4 with a run scored. And then Zach Hartman going 2 for 4. For the South, Tiger Dawson going 1 for 5. Cassius Ketch 1 for 4. Leon Riston 2 for 4. Hector Roca 1 for 4. And Mark Southworth also going 1 for 4 with a run scored. Sinatata will get the win. 3 perfect innings with 3 strikeouts. That's how you get your first win in Prospect League right there. Beware of strikes will take the blown save and the loss. Hingle McCringleberry is your player of the game. And then let's go ahead and save. Um, take a look at the standings here. So, I mean, we didn't have any ties, so we don't need to worry, think too hard on that. But it'll be the East versus the North in round one. And then West and South will face each other as well in round one. Take a look at the stats real quick before we head on out of here. Codroo lost the batting average title. It ended up going to Ash Ketchum. Codroo is leading for vast majority of Prospect League. I see Tiger Dawson crack the top 5 in home runs. Taking a look elsewhere on here, Ruru cracked top 4 in batter war, tied for third. As far as Ruru does end up getting the most hits, I am curious about stolen bases. Phillips got 7 stolen bases in the stream. Oh my goodness. I would love to know how that this would have played out, the whole prospect league. Aria Harper will get the league lead in stolen bases with 9. Let's see. Anything else on here before we flip to pitching? Um, I see Hector Roca in the top 6 for walks. On there. Let's take a look at pitching. And yep, we do not have a pitcher getting below 4 on ERA. It's been a minute since that's happened. Italian Solo will get the wins title, 9 wins, 3 ahead of anybody else. Eddie Catch will get will tie for the league lead in saves with 6. Pitcher War Solo is third in pitcher war with 1.1. Harris Rodriguez will get the strikeout total or strikeout title with 72. I know people like R War better. Solo ended up getting second, or I guess tied for first in R War. Um, see, there you go. You gotta manifest it. You gotta manifest it. Be like, tomorrow we're gonna be watching some games, of course. Series clinching games is basically how we usually do it in regular PBE playoffs. We usually only watch elimination games or games where, we could potentially have a winner in the series. Um, and then I see Eddie Catch as well leading in holds. as well for the pitchers. Did I miss anything, Chadwick? Before we head on out, any final thoughts or anything? I mean, we kind of look at fielding, even though I don't really pay attention to fielding. This will
Yeah, I
also be
don't
in the
know.
index, so when we
I
get
need to
there. But
look at that.
anything you want to look at? Also to chat too. If anybody wants to see anything in chat, real quick before we head
Um,
on out.
just trying to look to see if anything catches my eye here. Uh, I guess. Do we give a shout out to Dawson for being the highest non-bot with home runs with 8?
Yes, I did mention that earlier. Yep.
Okay, good. That's pretty good. Um, yeah, it's too bad we don't have the ability to siphon out the bot so people can see where they stand against real people.
Wait,
But
I'm not real.
no, you are, but you're not in the prospect league either. At least unless you have a player I don't know about here.
I mean, maybe it could be Hingle McCringleberry. Um, Technically still a Swifty.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as I was explained to me, and I think, and I did this with Enoch, right? Is all these legacy players were basically abandoned players who started but never really
we
got going.
we
So
we
they
call
live
them
in the
legacy
prospect league.
players. Yeah,
Yeah,
legacy
yeah.
players. We'll go ahead and send this on over as a reminder. So coming up, streams coming up. So tomorrow, it's
Turkey
going.
Day.
Uh, it's Turkey Day if you're in the U.S.
Yes.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, we will have the conclusion to this season in Prospect League. I have no idea if I'm gonna have any people in the booth with me tomorrow. I guess it'll be a surprise to all of us. Um, Also on Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, will be the majors draft with AJ, and then all you lovely people get to figure out which teams you're going to on Saturday night. I believe I also picked 7 p.m. Eastern on that. I don't remember. Um, Stay tuned to announcements on that. I don't remember if I said 6 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Eastern. It was one of those. Um, and then we will have the award stream on Sunday at, I believe I picked 2 p.m. Eastern for that one as well. So that's what we got coming up. The tahini is on Tuesday, next week Tuesday. I did not see which time Hummus put, but Tuesday night is the tahini, and then we have spring training. Spring training is around the corner. First spring training stream is next week, Thursday. But with that being said, so I mean, and no problem, Daedalus. I appreciate it. I would love to raid Ripley. I really want to. However, we have an OOTP affiliate streaming right now, so we do defer to OOTP affiliates. Looks like a new dad. He became dad, I think, like a few months ago. Inertia Banco looks like is streaming right now, so we'll go ahead and raid on into Inertia. But with that being said, friends, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow for special holiday PBE stream, aka playoffs, baby, playoffs. We talking about playoffs. I'm so excited. Cannot wait to see who comes out on top. And then I also can't wait to for y'all to see what teams y'all end up on Saturday night. With that being said, friends, I'm off to go get some food. I'm hungry and I'm tired because I'm pulling a double. I'll see y'all tomorrow. For myself and Chadwick, y'all have a good night. And let's go say how's it to Nurse Banco. We will see you all later. Have a good night, everybody.